I'm the Global Runner and we are 2 weeks from race day. In exactly 2 weeks' time, I'll be doing the Phoenix Marathon, aged 50, where I hope to run under 2:40 in the first step towards running under 2:30 in my 50th year on Earth. So we're at the end of week 10 of my 12-week training block, and we have a long run today, although it feels significantly shorter than the last long run. The last long run was a marathon. This long run is 16 miles, and we're going to add a bit of tempo at the end. So we're going to do a fast finish long run in order to try and replicate how it gets more difficult in the marathon the longer you go, even though you're hopefully running the same pace. But before we do that, let's do a quick rundown of week 10's training. So Sunday was a rest because I'd run a marathon the day before. It's important to get rest, obviously. Monday I did 14 miles steady. Tuesday I did 15 by 1 minute in an attempt to get the legs moving, to blow out all the cobwebs from the long run, and to try and get some leg turnover going. Wednesday I was going to do another sort of 14-mile run, but I was starting to feel a bit jaded, and so I took the last minute call to just do a bike workout in the gym that day, a bit of cross training rather than sort of insisting on something that I didn't really need to do. And I'm glad I did that. Maybe I'm getting wiser in my old age. Thursday was a key workout. Thursday I was doing 10 miles at marathon pace. And marathon pace, if you're going to go sub 2:40 for the marathon, is 6:05 for the mile. And I was hoping to do about 6:05, 6:10. I was giving myself 5 seconds a mile leeway because I'm at elevation. It's still super icy out there, so some of the pathways were super icy. And just to make sure that I wasn't too concerned if I didn't hit my paces. Luckily, I nailed it. So thankfully, I did a really good run. I did 10 miles in almost exactly an hour and 12 seconds. So that's 6:01 per mile. So I was really happy with that. Felt nice and controlled, nice and relaxed. Yesterday, I did another cross-training session, just did some weights and stayed in the gym on the bike. And today is the final session of the week, exactly 2 weeks out from the marathon, 16 miles with the last 6 hard. So let's hope it goes well. So it was a bright and warm day in Calgary for Calgary standards, but it was quite windy, so I made sure that I did my first 10 miles into the wind so that the 6 miles back would be nice and easy with the wind at my back. And as you can see, I ran the first 10 miles nice and relaxed around about 7-minute mile pace. And from that point on, the idea was to just bring it home with 6 miles as hard as I could. And I was hoping to start at 6-minute miling and then see where I went from there. And I'm happy to say I nailed this one. So the average pace for those 6 miles was 5:40 a mile. And that gave me 34 minutes flat for those last 6 miles. So I was super happy with that, and that was a massive confidence boost for the upcoming marathon in exactly 2 weeks' time. The one thing that I do have, which is a bit of a dilemma, is I was wearing the new Vaporflies for the last 6 miles, which I was going to wear in the race, just to try them out, see how they are. And I've got to say, the stack underfoot is a lot for me, and I'm not sold on whether or not I'm going to wear them. They're 39 in the heel and 29 in the forefoot, and I usually wear the Vaporfly ones, and I've got to say, I went back to look at their stack height, and they were only 31 and 21, and back in the day we thought they were maximal, but they've really pushed the limits of what they've put underfoot, and I'm not sure I like it. I got to say, Nike, just because you can doesn't mean you should, and all the super shoes now seem to be 39 mils, which I'm not sure is a great idea, and I'm looking for a lower stack, so I'm not quite sure which shoes I'll be wearing on race day yet, but I'll work that out at some point. But certainly this session was a massive confidence booster, and I was super happy with it. And I'm quietly confident that I'm going to go under 2:40 in Phoenix, and touch wood, hopefully we can get there in one piece and perform on the day.
So now we really are entering into the dreaded taper. These are the last 2 weeks before the marathon, where we pick up the pace a little bit, but we really dial back on the miles. And this is everyone's worst time in marathon training. You feel like you're fat and unfit and losing fitness, and all these terrible doubts come in your head. So it's going to be a question of working through those and making sure that I don't let any self-doubt come into my mind, because I'm definitely fit enough to do it. So let's focus on that. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to mash the like button. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.